Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstances. So, chosen, I want to talk to you all about the eclipse that's happening on April 8th. I've done a couple of readings. I've done two of them, so go back and check those out. This eclipse is very powerful energy. It is bringing about a major shift for everyone. Now, how the shift is going to impact everyone is going to be quite different. You have two groups of people. One group, no, actually, I'm going to say three. You have three groups of people. One group is the chosen. You've done the work, you've transformed. You have released all people, places, and things that does not serve your highest good. And you are committed to your path of becoming the best version of yourself. You're committed to it. Then you have the opposite end, which consists of those who are the karmics. They choose to remain in karmic energy. They choose to operate with this from a place of destruction where they lack integrity. And their objective has been to prevent the chosen from rising. Then you have a third group of people, which unfortunately are chosen, but they refuse to do the work as far as releasing karmic energy and karmic people. And that group of people are going to be in the way of missiles when they come flying. Let's just put it that way. They're going to be there in the tower when it comes tumbling down, because they cannot release the karmics. They cannot release certain patterns. And I'm not going to say they can't. They've chosen not to. So with these three groups of people, this eclipse is bringing about massive change. For those of you who have stayed the course and you knew that there were certain sacrifices that you had to make, you had to release certain career paths or certain belief systems. You had to say no to certain things that was being pushed over the masses. You had to speak out. You had to step into your calling. You had to release certain family members, lovers. Like, you all have done a lot. And in the process of making all of these changes that you were divinely guided to make, you might have taken what seemed like losses to the unaided eye. And so a lot of you are still recovering from the shifts that have taken place in your life. But this eclipse is actually going to bring about a change in the 3D for you all, to where you now begin to see the harvest. You begin to receive what is divinely and inherently yours. Doors begin to open. Opportunities become available to you. Beautiful relationships and connections are attracted to you. Things are up from here, okay? Those people who have decided to remain in karmic energy, especially if that karmic energy consisted of them working up against the chosen, trying to prevent the awakening from happening, wanting to oppress, wanting to be in a position of power at all cost, doing spell work, dark magic, sending the evil eye because of jealousy, hatred, envy. These people are going to really feel the destructive energy that's coming with this eclipse. It's going to take them all the way backwards. What they do, the little that they have left, is going to be stripped from them. And it's getting ready to be really, really bad for these people, because they had time. They had time to withdraw and to seek some form of redemption, but they chose not to. So it's like this eclipse is the signal that lets the world know time is up. Time is up for the powers that were. They chose not to do right by the chosen. They, chose to take. and not give back what was stolen. They chose to lie and to create illusions for the masses. They created illness for the masses, literally cooked things up in labs for the masses, hid history, hid truths, okay, created false history. They've done a lot of things. And there were a lot of sheeple that decided to take the bait. People who held what some would deem as high honor positions decided to take the bait because for them it was all about money, power, money and power. And so everyone, I don't care how much money they have, they can't pay anybody to offset the karma that's coming to them now that this eclipse is signifying the massive shift that has taken place. No one can escape it. And so you're going to find that this is why it's a very tempting time to get pulled back into a very low vibrational energy, because a lot of these beings that are going down with this tower, they're going to want to pull you with them. So they'll come in, they'll tempt you. They will attempt to redirect your focus, to distract you. They will attempt to lie to you and tell you that you're on the wrong path. They will attempt to confuse you by any means necessary just to get you focused on them. That way they can bind you to them and take you down when Babylon falls. But you all have been granted powerful gifts of discernment, and your intuitive gifts are very, very heightened. So you can tell when someone is genuine. You can feel when the energy is in opposition to you. You all have awakened your understanding on a very high level. So your spiritual eyes are open. Your DNA is activated. You see through the smoke screens. And so I'm sure that when these beings try to come back in, you're going to be very clear about creating those healthy boundaries and allowing them to deal with their fate. The unfortunate part is for those chosen seeds who truly decided to stay amongst the thorns. It's like, why would you even do that? Why would you, because these are chosen seeds who were given a lot of signs, synchronicities, dreams, visions. Like they was shown, everything was being revealed to them, but they still said nope, because of their ego, or because of fear of being judged by others, or because they was just so emotionally codependent or financially codependent on particular positions or people or belief systems. They refuse to let it go, because at this point they have a point to prove, and they were afraid that if they took a different path, that somehow, the judgment from others was far more critical and valuable to them than the judgment of the Most High. And so because they chose to stay and lie to themselves, deceive themselves and deceive others, they are going to be they're going to be caught up in the crossfire, is what I should say. They're going to be caught up in the crossfire because they refuse to let go. There's still time for them. There's still time now. But considering that April 8th is like literally it's here. It's, it's right around the corner. The energy is already here. This solar eclipse is the signifier of time is up. And so I strongly suggest for those chosen seed who might be listening to this message that's still holding on to karmics, that's still in situations that's actually lowering their vibrations, that's, taking them out of character, that has them in a space of fear or lack mentality, or if you're engaging in certain things that you that you are being condemned for internally, you could feel it, but you just don't want to stop because that temporary means of pleasure is far more valuable to you than denying yourself of that thing that you know you shouldn't be engaging in. Unfortunately, for those chosen seed, they're going to go down with Babylon as Babylon crumbles. So if you are listening here and you find yourself still holding on to unhealthy patterns, unhealthy people, unhealthy beliefs, release yourself now. Cut that chain now, because you already have the tools in order to make it happen. It's not like you're in a helpless position where you can't release yourself. You can. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be great initially. It may not feel so good. Anytime you have to make certain sacrifices, yeah, you deny yourself of certain things that used to bring you temporary pleasure. Initially, it's going to be a withdrawal period. And that withdrawal period is never fun. But this is less about you. It's less about you and it's more about humanity as a whole. It's more about rising into your purpose and matching the frequency, because it's shifting at a very fast rate. And so if you are so caught up in unhealthy patterns for the sake of temporary pleasure, but it's creating guilt and shame because you're doing it, I strongly suggest that you deny yourself. Do the spiritual work. Get yourself up out of that situation, because if you sitting around if you're in a karmic relationship and you know that person is toxic as hell, they're unhealthy for you, they're unhealthy for your children, they're unhealthy for your spiritual growth, but you're staying because, financially it looks good, or, because your mama wants you to be with them, or your daddy wants you to be with them, or, because people might judge you if you walk away. Some sort of vain reason. If you're there for a vain reason, then you're going to be in the crossfire when those missiles come flying. So, it's a bittersweet time right now. Beautiful energy for those of you who have been staying the course. You've made a lot of sacrifices. You've gone through a lot, because you were committed to the process of change. And everything that you have invested is being rewarded. Everything that you have invested is being rewarded. And this is going to bring like a massive, massive change in your life. I don't even think you can anticipate what it's going to look like on the other side. Like, you can't even imagine how much better things are going to be for you. And no, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not like April 9th, you wake up and everything, no. But the energy has shifted to the degree where the doors that used to be closed, they're going to begin to open. Where you used to get a no, you're going to start to get a yes. Where you find that your love life might have been blocked, you're going to start to attract your divine partnerships. Your spiritual gifts are going to become that much more amplified and heightened. More truths are going to be revealed. More things are going to come out. More destruction is going to happen openly, where, the powers that were, they try to only televise certain things, but these things are going to be so massive that they can't avoid it from being shown, because if it ain't shown on the news, somebody is going to capture it on a camera phone. Okay? Nothing is going to be missed. The message will still get out. It's still going to circulate in large numbers. So you're going to start to hear about a lot more destructive things that's going to be happening. A lot more truths are going to start to come out about these people with so-called high places, people who have gained their wealth through sacrifice, lies, manipulation, pedophilia, sex trafficking, dark magic, siphoning of other people's gifts, creating illusions for the humanity. It's so many different things that's getting ready to come out. You all, it's not going to shock the chosen who have been awakened and that's really committed to change. It's not going to shock you, but it's still going to have that wow effect, because the fact that you're going to be able to see it firsthand, even though you already knew that there was more behind the scenes, you knew that there was puppet masters behind the curtains Oh, those puppet masters behind the curtains are now being revealed too. People that you thought had integrity, had honor, and maybe gotten, received what they have from honest means, they're all being revealed and exposed. So this is a great time. It's a great time. It's a bittersweet time. It's dreadful for some, and it's going to be a place of celebration for others. So I would just say get ready. Get ready. Give thanks in advance. Keep your energy high vibrational. Don't be tempted, because the temptations will come in. People are going to try to cling to you because they're hoping to be protected. They're hoping that if they cling to you, they will be protected by the divine protection that you naturally have because of who you are. But that's not going to work. It's not going to work at all, because you're not going to be in their energy. Those people who are meant to go down with Babylon will be exactly where they're supposed to be when it happens, energetically and physically. So that's my message for you all. If you have anything to add, please leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time.